everybody, this is Aspen and welcome to the first episode of Spotlight, where we shed some light on special events. This is Manny, joining me today, and I recently went to the Austin Film Festival, and I'm here to report back to you about what happened, what I saw, and who I met even. Unfortunately, the cameras weren't allowed inside of the conferences, so that's why I'm here talking to you about it. But you will see some interviews that I got to catch and some pictures too. So first off, I went to a Jason Segel conference and I got to see Jason Segel. I didn't get a picture with him, but because he got flooded with people. Dad? Tell me about Jason Segel.
Jason Segel is he's actually part of the if you like to think about it, he's part of the Jew Live crew, as they like to refer themselves, with Seth Rogen, Jonah Hill. He was also in Freaks and Geeks, if I remember correctly, and he's made a name for himself without them, actually, when he was doing, especially when he did stuff like Forgetting Sarah Marshall, and he did the Muppets recently, so not too long ago actually. So yeah, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
So what did he have to say?
That's Jason Segel, and he actually talked about doing what is it called again?
Forgetting Sarah Marshall?
Forgetting that, because I forgot.
Man, everybody's forgetting Sarah Marshall.
Forgetting Sarah Marshall and the Muppets. He talked about how when he went into the writer's room, because AFF is a writer's conference, more so. And when he talked about being in the writer's room for the Muppets, all the people that did the voices came in, sat down, and then all of a sudden all these trunks started being rolled in, and all the Muppets came out, and Jason Segel talked about how he actually started crying like crying like a baby.
Wow.
So it's been one of his childhood dreams to work with the Muppets, and he got to do it, and it was really awesome. And my teacher, because I go to an art school, my teacher got to meet him, and she was fangirling, and it was really awesome. Do you have any opinions about Jason Segel?
He's awesome. That's it.
Jason Segel, if you ever see this, you're awesome and we love you. Okay, so Terrence? Okay.
Cut that out. Cut that part out.
I was gonna say something, I just didn't want to distract, and so.
She's doing good.
Yeah,
she's doing very good.
Did you have something?
I don't even know why I'm here.
Did you have something to say?
I was nothing.
That he sucks?
No.
He's awesome.
I was gonna say I really liked him in the Muppets, and he sang. He did Am I a Man or a Muppet? Did he sing the song? Is what I was gonna ask.
No.
Okay. All right, and
okay. So the next person I got to meet was actually Alexander Whoo, and he did a lot of work on True Blood. He did a lot of work with True Blood. He was a writer for the show, and I actually got an interview with him, which you'll see after all this debriefing. He's a really nice person, and he actually was very quiet in the conference because we had the guy who wrote I Am Legend kind of dominated the panel. He was cool, and then I can't remember the other guy's name. I'm so sorry. But Alexander Whoo was really awesome. You'll see his interview with me
right now.
All right, hey guys, so we got Alexander Whoo, correct?
Yes.
Yes, okay. So you've done a lot of work with True Blood, and I was just wondering if you could tell us a little bit about, what that was like. And
that gave me a lot of gray hairs. It was a long hours, and what you see on the screen, takes 1 hour, would take us weeks and weeks and weeks to shoot. So there were many weeks of us sitting in a writer's room negotiating what the story was going to be, and then there would be several weeks of prep where we figure out how are we going to shoot this, because there's a whole bunch of different scenes, whole bunch of different actors, and figuring out the schedule that is extremely complicated. Then the actual production, the shoot of it, most TV shows try to shoot in 8 days. Some get 9, some get the luxury of maybe 10. We would take over 20. So we were shooting little movies for every single episode, and the hours were crazy. We would start at 7 in the morning on Monday, which would be a 14-hour day. That means we'd go until 9 o'clock at night. Tuesday, we would start 12 hours later, start at 9 a.m. on Tuesday, and at 11 p.m. Wednesday, we'd start at 11 a.m., go into 1 in the morning. Thursday, we'd start at 1 p.m., go into 3 in the morning. Friday, we'd start at 3 p.m., go into dawn. And then we'd start back again on Monday. So the shooting of that is incredibly grueling, and then we had to edit the show. So that in itself was a marathon, and doing that again and again and again for me 6 years was an all-consuming project. But I'm glad because I liked it. It wasn't it was fun. It was fun to do.
Right. Okay. And lastly, in the panel that we were just in, you talked about being a theater kid. Can you tell us a little bit about that, about your childhood and how that was like?
Well, I got into theater in high school. I just like a lot of kids probably just saw the school play and thought that might be fun and auditioned for it and got into it and made my friends that way. And that was sort of my side activity. I studied writing in college, creative writing as a fiction writer, as a novelist. And I found that really lonely. You're just alone in the room the whole time. One of the things I thought in my naivete was, I'll combine these two. I'll write plays. I'll combine the theater with the writing, and I'll just write plays. Turns out it's a completely different craft. It's a much different, and writing television is a completely different craft. But it actually allowed me to combine two of the things I loved. The writing part of it, and also the collaborative part of it in doing theater. So I got to have a little bit of both.
Right. All right. Well, that's awesome. Thank you so much for interviewing with me, and I hope you have a great rest of your time here at the Austin Film Festival.
Okay.
Thank you.
And we're back.
So, lastly, the person that I actually got to talk to was James Wong, not James Wan, which would have been awesome, but James Wong.
The Wong guy.
Stop, that's awful. Okay, James Wong. He is actually a writer for American Horror Story. He was in the Psychological Thriller Conference. Super awesome. The girl who's working on the new Transformers was actually at the panel. She was really nice. She was all about feminism. Super cool chick.
Did she burn her bra?
She wasn't born in the 60s.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Well, I actually did talk to her after the conference, and she was not allowed to disclose any information, and she wasn't even allowed to take a picture with us because she said that she was hiding. So sorry I kind of outed you right now, but it's okay. So James Wong was super nice. He got to talk to me about writing for American Horror Story, and he said that they spend a lot of time in the writer's room and figuring out what the shows are going to be about, how to execute the shows. Dad, have you ever seen American Horror Story?
No, I have not.
You should watch American Horror Story.
But I heard Lady Gaga was awesome.
Yes, she is.
And I think she won a Golden Globe for it.
I hope she does.
No, she already did. She won it last year.
Did?
She already won it last year.
Yes.
That's Spotlight, guys.
Well, she's not independent. Anyway.
Hey, there's that word. Independent.
Anyway, so moving on, it's called the Austin Film Festival for a reason, because they also show films.
So tell me about the films that you got to see. Now, you got to see two?
I got to see two, yes.
Two films. Okay, tell me what can these viewers expect when they watch these movies? What's the first one called?
Well, the first one is called Five Doctors, and it was done by a few college students. And you probably might not see that one come into theaters because it has not been bought by anybody. It's an independent film. Amazing storyline is about a guy who was kind of going through a middle-age crisis. And he comes home to his hometown because he's trying to be an actor in LA. He comes home and he's seeing all of his doctors. So like his dentist and his regular physician, literally all his doctors. But the story was just symbolism and talking about how he missed his family and, all of the tie-ins because, there was just crazy stuff that goes on in his family. His mom was running for mayor and she's also overbearing, and his sister was an alcoholic, and he was just dealing with all of that but also struggling with making it on his own. So really great film. You might not see that one in theaters, but do tweet them. Five Doctors, really awesome. Look it up. They're amazing guys. If you contact them, they will talk to you, so they're super awesome. The second one was called Brave New Jersey. That one is on IMDb, so you actually might see that one be picked up in theaters. It was actually about the...
It's actually a take on the H.G. Wells' War of the Worlds back in the day, wasn't it?
Yeah, 1938.
1938, I believe,
1938. I got it right. Ha. It starred Tony Hale and Anna Camp. So really, it was a really big cast, like really great cast. It was a comedy. It's a comedy, by the way. And it was really funny, and it was just very, I don't want to say campy. It was really funny. And
Was it Anna Campy?
No, it's not Anna Campy.
Just checking.
Not Anna Campy. I actually got to meet Tony Hale, and he was really nice. He talked about how he enjoyed having this character, because his character was actually a winner. He talked about how a lot of the roles that he gets, which I recently saw him in Alvin and the Chipmunks, and he talked about how all of his roles, they get beat down and they just never win. They're, they're either the bad guy or the, sad clown, as he referenced. So he was really happy to have this role that was, a winner, and that, got to have the girl in the end. And Anna Camp talked about how she was happy to have a strong character. She said a lot of the roles that she played are very, popular girl, ditzy, doesn't know what she's doing, or competitive, even if you haven't seen Pitch Perfect. I'm pretty sure you have. So she was really happy to have this gritty role where she got to run around with guns and have be really aggressive. And then I also got to meet. Can you help me with that?
Dan Backadal.
I think it's Backdahl. 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 Close enough. You're super cool. He played a priest who was struggling with actually believing in God. And so that one actually really got me because, connected with me. He was super funny. A lot of the comedic relief in that movie. And meeting him, it was actually kind of his personality. His character was him. So it was really cool. And I took a picture with him. And after I left, I was like, I'd go to your church any day. So it was really funny.
Nice.
And then I also met
Leonard Howes. You might know Leonard Howes from the Barbershop movies. He plays Dinka, I believe. Yeah, he's awesome.
Yes, he was really nice. He took a picture with me, and he told me to watch him on another show that I can't remember because I was too starstruck. But he was just really nice. So that's it for my overview. That's it for my overview, and I'm going to go ahead and let you watch all the fun stuff, which is all the interviews. So I'll see you next time, maybe at Comic-Con. Maybe.
I'm Annie. That's Aspen. That's Terrence in the back. And that was the show. And enjoy the interviews.
Hey everybody, this is Aspen from Outside of the Goods. So this is the new series called Spotlight, and I'm here to take you outside of the studio. And I am here in Austin at the Austin Film Festival. We just got out of a conference, and I have
Alex Herman.
I have Alex with me, and we're about to ask him what he thought of the Jason Segel conference.
Honestly, he was a lot cooler than I expected. I thought he was just going to talk about How I Met Your Mother, but I didn't realize exactly, how much he really cared about writing. I didn't really get that he was a very serious writer. How much pride he takes in his art. So I was impressed.
Oh, that's awesome. All right. Did you think that he would inspire you at all to do any more work?
Probably not.
All right. Well, I'm glad that I have you on this show, Alex. And are you going to any more conferences around today?
I think so, yeah. I think we're going to something.
All right. Well, we're probably going to get some food first. But thank you. Okay. Hi, everybody. We're back, and I have
Victoria Poole.
Okay. And we just got out of the Jason Segel conference, and I'm here to ask Victoria what you thought about the conference.
It was really cool. I liked how he spent a lot of time talking about his journey as a writer, and he referenced different things that he used as a child and then as an adult to work on screenplays and novels and things like that. I thought it was really rad.
All right, awesome. So do you think that he'd inspire you to do any more work?
I think he definitely gave me a point of reference. He's not the first person to recommend a writer's journey, so I feel like now I absolutely have to read it. It was one of those things that I bought and never read, shamefully. So now, as I'm starting to write screenplays and thinking of ideas, I feel a lot more renewed about the ideas.
That's awesome. And And what do you think's next for Jason Segel?
Well, it sounds like he's doing some religion movie next year, which I'm not very religious, so I was like, what? So the fact that he's going to read Conversation with God, it's something that I read when I was like 12 years old, like the series. So I'm kind of like interested in how that's going to play out, just because I tend to shy away from pieces like that.
Okay. Well, that's awesome. Thank you so much for talking to me.
Thanks for having me.
That's awesome. All right. Thank you. This episode of Spotlight. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope to be back again. I will be back. I lost my co-host, but it's okay. All right. Goodbye. Hey guys, so we're here at the Driscoll Hotel. Is that how you say it? Driscoll?
It's Driscoll.
Driscoll?
Driscoll.
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 Driscoll?
Driscoll.
Okay, I'm gonna start over.
Driscoll.